I culled through like 10,000 photos this weekend.
I was thinking about you yesterday. I was like, wow, because
but I got it done.
You sent me the sneak peeks of the first wedding,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, oh man, she still has another wedding to go.
Yeah, I know. It's fine. I mean, I culled the second wedding that we did on Saturday last night, and it was like around 5,000 photos. So I culled that, which was good. And today I'm going to work on the sneak peeks for that and send them out. And yeah, it's a lot, but that's okay. They were so easy. Like they were really easy weddings. So
yeah, they were really fun weddings.
Yeah, they weren't too bad. The one we did on Friday was at the Lazy S in Weatherford, which was such a cute little venue. I'd never been there before. And then our Saturday wedding was at the Worthington. That's where they got ready. And then they got married at the TCU chapel. Almost said LSU. TCU chapel. And then their reception was at the Ashton Depot venue in Fort Worth. So,
which I had never been to before.
Yeah, I'd never been there either, and it was so pretty.
I
was like, oh my gosh, wow! I had seen it like in photos before, but for some reason it looked different in person. It looked a lot better in person, to be honest.
It really did. And I really liked their cocktail hour area.
Yes, I was really surprised because it's very like naturey in there.
Yeah, it was giving like villa, like garden villa.
Yeah.
So
yeah. My dogs are crying outside my door, and I'm like, should I just bring them in? Because I don't know if I can
listen to it
the whole time.
Now that we don't have headphones.
Yes, I'm like, I don't know if I think I'm going to.
Yeah, bring him in.
I couldn't do it. It's like, I can't listen to that right now. I'm in such a weird mood right now that I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't just like have that in my ear.
Yeah.
And try to focus on what you're saying. But yeah, anyways, the weddings were really easy, super, super pretty weddings too. I loved both of them. And yeah, I just can't believe we've just been having so many weddings together.
I know.
It's crazy. I knew we were, but I don't know. I just was just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe we're like together for like 4 weekends in a row. I feel like 3 weekends.
Yeah. Because I have 2 more weddings this fall that you're going to be with me. And then I'm going to be with you a lot as well.
Yeah, I know. It's wild. And it was so funny on Friday. My sister was at that wedding too. And we had just done a wedding the week before. So it was just like a lot of weddings happening in the fall. And now we have something to talk about. Like we haven't really, in the summer, we weren't really talking about the weddings that we were doing. So it was just kind of like, well, we'll talk about other stuff. But now we have so many weddings. So yeah, it's been really good. How did you feel about this weekend?
I loved it. I thought they were really like easy flowing days. It felt good to be like back in the swing of things, you know?
Yeah.
I will say my feet were barking like on Sunday morning. I don't know if it's because I just haven't had like a double header wedding in a long time. My feet, when I woke up, were swollen and I couldn't move my toes.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And I had to take like ibuprofen, and then like the swelling like went down like a couple hours after that, but I like couldn't walk. It was crazy.
Whoa, that is crazy.
Yeah. And I'm wondering if it's because like we've been wearing those shoes and but like I used to wear way more uncomfortable shoes. So I don't understand. My feet actually did that after I got home from the airport.
Oh, really?
And I sat on the couch and cold for like all day. And when I stood up, I mean, it's probably my fault because I didn't take breaks, but I stood up and my feet were swollen and I couldn't move my toes.
Whoa.
So
yeah.
I'm like, is this just like welcoming me into my 30s?
Oh my gosh.
Like, am I going to have to start wearing compression socks?
I don't know. I've never had that happen.
Me
so
neither.
I'm not sure.
It was wild.
I don't think my feet hurt Sunday morning.
Mine
I was a
did.
little sore, but
it was
my
wild.
feet were fine. Yeah, that is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Because you wore your flats that we got?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know if it's just because like we did a lot of walking in New York, and then like the travel and then like you'd think 3 or 4 days of rest would like help me, but I don't know. So I think I'm just getting old, and I just need to like start recovering better.
Yeah, maybe. I wonder what that issue is with the swelling of the feet, because that has not happened to me.
Yeah. I was like, am I pregnant or something?
Oh
I'm
gosh.
Like, everything that happens to me, I'm like, am I pregnant?
Oh no. We don't need to put that out into the world.
But yeah.
Well, I was going to say, like, update on the shoes. I love the shoes. Like, my feet will start hurting at the reception, but it's not like unbearable. Like, I can still go through the whole reception.
Yeah.
And at the reception, I usually take ibuprofen anyways. And even when I'm wearing tennis shoes, my feet hurt at the reception.
That's what I was going to say.
So I'm like, there's really no difference between me wearing like, sneakers or my flats, my new flats. So I'm like,
and these shoes that we just got, like, they're so much more comfortable than the regular flats I was wearing. So I don't think it's a shoe issue. I just don't know, like,
what's going on.
I don't know. Maybe I had some like extra fluid in my legs or something, and they just like
you need to
went to my feet. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure. We'll have to look that one up.
Yeah,
because I don't know what could be happening with that. But yeah, no, it was a really great weekend. And this week we also have another wedding to do where I'm associating for Jamie Park, and Miranda is just second shooting for me. And so that'll be fun because we've been doing so many weddings together that it's just so easy now. So hopefully that will be a good wedding too. The couple seems really chill, so I think it'll be fine. And yeah, we've just been weddings on weddings on weddings on weddings. It's been crazy. Busy season is here, and you were just talking about how your to-do list is so long. I'm like, yeah, same. There's a lot to catch up on over here. I have a lot of editing to do. I need to work on our social media clips, and I'm trying to think of what else I was gonna do.
And like on top of wedding seasons, it's like also busy for families now.
Oh yeah.
So like when I'm not shooting weddings, I'm doing family sessions, and so yeah, it's been a lot. Like I just had one yesterday morning. And then I'll have one again this weekend. It's like I have one like every day that I'm not shooting wedding on the weekends.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's like a lot, and I'm like really excited about it because how do you feel like in busy season? Because I feel like for me, I love it, and it makes me busier in my like personal life too, because it's like I want to like ride the energy that I am with. So I'm like, okay, what have I been like putting off that I want to do in my personal life as well? And I just feel like, and it's weird because I feel like in the fall people like start slowing down, they get cozier, they start like planning for hibernation. And for like wedding photographers, especially in the South, I feel like the fall is like our busiest. So it's like kind of being opposite of what everyone else in life is doing.
Yeah, we're just like, working. No, I love being busy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love being busy. And I mean, there was like a fall that I did that I was way too busy, like with weddings. I'm trying to think. I think it was like 2022, maybe, where fall was like, I was having like triple header. I think I had 3 triple headers back to back to back 3 weeks in a row. And I was like, never doing that again.
Yeah. I think 2022 was the last year I did a triple header. And
oh, really?
It was like, I was like really new to weddings back then. So I was like, oh, I'll just do as many as I can.
Yeah.
And after, I think I had like 3 weekends, not back to back, but that season that were triple header. And I was like, I'm never doing that again.
Yeah, it's too much. It's too much. It doesn't do well with like creativity either, because I felt like I was just doing the same thing over and over again because I just couldn't think. I was just like, I just got to do what I got to do, which was fine. Like it worked out. It's fine. But yeah, I don't like being that busy, but I do like the busyness of the fall because I'm like, ooh, like what else can I do? And like you said, I get busier like in my personal life too. I just feel like the energy is good. So yeah, I agree with that. What else?
Have you seen on TikTok this girl talking about like her winter course? And it's like how to prepare.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with it. I downloaded
Well, I don't know if I've seen the same girl, but I've seen, because I think I talked to you and said that there's like what was it? It wasn't yeah, I guess it was a course. A few episodes ago, I like mentioned that people are doing like almost like school semesters of like their personal life or something like that.
Well, this girl is talking all about how to not get seasonal depression.
Oh,
and she's
okay.
like preparing us for it. And she's
interesting.
like so funny and hilarious. Her name is Gabrielle Coffee on TikTok. But she literally like made a PDF, and so there's like her winter course is 4 phases. And each phase she's coming out with like a PDF for you. And I'm obsessed. It's so
really
good.
okay.
Yeah.
I'll have to look into it. That sounds fun.
It's all like the first phase is now, and it's like till like November 2nd or something, and it's all about like pre-planning. And so it's like pre-planning.
Okay.
And then what you're going to do like in the hibernation.
Ooh, okay.
So that we don't get seasonal depression. And then the second phase is integrating your routines for the hibernation. So that the third phase is the hibernation. And so you're not just like, oh my God, what do I do? I'm depressed. You're already implemented the routine. And then the last phase is like you're just waiting for spring, and it's like till the spring equinox.
Oh.
And so like she has like different PDFs for each phase for like what like your morning and night routine, like when you're gonna get your dopamine hits, like planning to have like dopamine hits, and then like what you should be eating, what you should work out, like how to like take in the season. It's like so good, and I'm obsessed.
Okay, I love it. Okay, I'll look into it because that does sound really, really good, especially with, I think in November the time changes, and the time change makes me so sad every year.
Yeah.
So definitely I'm gonna need some help with that.
Me too. Because
I like thrive when the sun is out, and so when it's like cut short, I'm like,
yeah.
Hello?
Her whole like mantra is like planning helps you. I need to figure out what her like slogan is, but it's like basically if you plan for it, then like, you know,
you'll be
set, and you like probably won't get depressed. So.
Okay, yeah, that's good. Yeah, when you have a plan and you're not just like rotting.
Yeah.
That's so true. That's so true. Well, last week we recapped the wedding we did in New York, and I think I had we hadn't really like gone into depth in like a few things, but I think I remember you talking about outsourcing flat lays because you were just like, I don't want to do that. And so that was just like a question that I didn't ask during the episode or even thought of because we had so much to talk about, but I wanted to hear your thoughts about it again.
Well, I think when you can get to a point in your wedding photography business where you've like nailed down your team, and like especially like a select few second shooters that you can trust, like I trust you fully, and like we're in a good position to where like we can work for each other like a lot. And I feel like once you have that nailed down, you can start like outsourcing things to your seconds that you don't want to do. And I feel like in the early like years of my business, there was like this idea that as the lead shooter, you had to do everything because that was like your job.
Yeah.
And it's like kind of letting go of like the ego of like I have to do everything myself.
Yes.
And saying like I can actually like delegate things, because it's not like we just have a second shooter that we don't trust. Like we have fairly highly capable second shooters who are basically lead shooters. They're just helping us. And so I'm like, okay, I can start delegating things to my seconds that I don't want to do or I don't have the time to do. And at first I was like, yeah, I can just like delegate things that I don't have the time to do, because that's like logical, right? But then you still have like the ego of like, oh, but I'm still doing things I don't want to do just because I think I have to do them. And flat lays for me is one of those things. Like I just know it's better serving my clients if I can outsource that because, number one, I'm not that good at it and I don't like it. So if I don't like it, it's also something that I'm not like passionate about and I'm not like super creative with it. And also it's a time thing for me where I could be doing something else. And so, yeah, I just decided you did my flat lay for me in New York and I was like, you know what? That was so seamless. And the flat lay is beautiful and the planner and the stationery, love them. And I'm like, I can just do this for all my weddings. I don't have to do it myself.
Yeah. Well, and also I think we both, when we first started, we were doing weddings alone a lot.
Yeah.
And so it was hard to not do it all because it's like, well, we're the only people here, so someone has to do it. And also for me, for a long time, I had seconds that I couldn't rely on because I had not worked with them before, or I just didn't really trust them because I hadn't worked with them before. And so it was like, I'm just going to have to do everything myself basically and just have them as like a kind of like a backup in case something happens to one of my cameras or, they just get backup photos of whatever I'm shooting. But now it's been so much easier when you find seconds that you can like trust that you can just let it go and just like trust that they'll get something. Like
yes, it's also like choosing seconds that have strengths where you have weaknesses.
Yeah.
Which like I think covers all your bases and just makes the whole client experience that much better.
So much easier too.
Yeah, it's so much easier for you and it just makes your gallery the best it can be. And so like if I have a weakness of doing flat lays, I need to find someone who has a strength, which is you have a very good strength of that. So it's like, why wouldn't I just delegate that to you?
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's so true. Yeah, it's very true. And I've also with flat lays, I've seen other photographers do it like the day before or like a week before or just like do it before the wedding. Not right before the wedding, like literally like days before the wedding. So that's also an option too. If you're kind of like, I don't want to do it the day of, the option is like you can gather all their stuff and just do it the day before and then bring it to the wedding. So that's also an option too. If you're just kind of like, don't have time to do it on the day of.
I asked my New York couple, I was like, hey, can y'all send me the stationery like in the mail so I can do it beforehand? And like, I guess they didn't have an extra copy or they hadn't like finalized something or something and they're like, we can't actually do that. And I was like, no worries, I can do it day of. Yeah. But like, yeah, so that's why I had to do it. But like in my head, I was like, oh, I'll just do it before. So I have time. I'm not stressed. I can be creative with it.
Yeah, it is easier when it's like local weddings.
Yeah, for sure.
So there's like other ways to do it too. So that's just like the nice thing about stuff like that where you can just like do it the day before and you don't have to stress about it during the day of. Because sometimes it is stressful the day of because I'm like, I can't like think of anything. I'm like just... And that's why I go to my wedding so early because I'm like, I just want to be relaxed and not jump into details and only have like 10 minutes to do it. Like every planner gives me, I'm like, there's no way I can make a whole flat. Like it literally takes me an hour and a half to do most of my flat lays.
Yeah.
And people do not understand.
Because you have to load in all your stuff. Yeah. Then you have to organize all your stuff. Then you have to actually put it together.
Yeah.
And then you have to actually photograph it.
Actually, like sometimes you don't know every single little detail that you're getting. And so sometimes it's a lot more, a lot less. And so you have to like figure out all that stuff. So yeah, it just takes a little bit longer. But another thing that we didn't talk about in the last episode was the moment of the first kiss and them exiting where, so our plan was for the first kiss I was going to do it on digital and Miranda was going to capture it on film.
Oh, yeah.
And the same thing with them walking down, back down the aisle together because that's when they were going to do the confetti. And like literally seconds into like the first kiss and the confetti, Miranda changed her mind and just did digital because it was just like too much was happening.
It was the most insane confetti thing you've ever seen. I was like,
and I don't know how I would have captured that on film either, unless I was doing like manual focus.
Yeah.
Because it was like I could barely see them. Yeah, I could barely see them because they were so far. They were still like at the altar, and all the confetti was just in front of us. So all we could focus on was the confetti. Like we couldn't even see the couple. They were covered in confetti. And so during that time too, we were Stephanie, my sister Stephanie, had her camcorder in the back, and I was just like, I feel like we're about to not all go back behind the camcorder. So I'm like, I was like telling my sister, I was like, you should move it, or like I can move it for you. Just like give me a heads up.
It was on a tripod.
It was, oh yes, sorry. It was on a tripod. And so I was like, I feel like you should not miss this moment on VHS because I know it's going to be a good moment. So I'm like thinking of everyone. I'm like, okay, I got to get digital from Miranda. I need to like move this camcorder for Steph. And she's like, no, it's okay. It's okay. And I was like, I'm going to move it. So I just made the executive decision, which I probably shouldn't have done because it's my sister's thing to do. But I was just like, she cannot miss this moment.
Yeah.
Because it was about to, like, this is all happening within seconds that I'm like
milliseconds.
Yes, exactly. And so I'm like, okay, I go back there, move the camcorder, and I had to like make it taller, like the tripod taller, and which isn't really hard, but I made it taller, and then I tried to set it down and it wasn't balanced. And so I had to hold it because the first kiss was happening right in front of my eyes as I was holding the tripod and holding my camera to get the first kiss. So I was doing both. And then I get like a little break in between when the confetti was popping. And so I like just moved the tripod up just a little bit and was able to capture all of it. So
it was chaotic.
It was really chaotic. It was.
But I look back at the photos and I'm like, we nailed it.
Yeah. Well, and also the camcorder footage. Like,
oh yeah, that was so precious.
It was so good, like perfect captured of like the first kiss, and also like the confetti everywhere, and just like them walking out, and even like after they walk out of frame, there's like people hugging and kissing like afterwards, and it was just so cute. There's like confetti in people's hair. They're like trying to take it out of their hair, and it's just, yeah, it was just like a perfect moment. But we didn't discuss that while we were talking about it. There was just so much to discuss. So I was just like, yeah. But I think that was it for last week's wedding. I don't think there was anything else that I needed to discuss, but I did have a story for Miranda, another wedding story that I don't know why it was brought up at my Friday wedding, but it was a scooter story. Do you remember?
Oh yeah, you said you're gonna say it for the pod. Yeah. Okay, I'm sad. Let's go.
So I had a wedding that I was second shooting, and there was another photographer that was associate shooting for someone else. Not that that really matters for the story, but you know, it is what it is. That's what was happening at this wedding. So I was just second shooting. And so when I get there, one of the bridesmaids and groomsmen were like practicing their entrance into the reception because they had scooters, you know, those like little, like just like metal scooters, like not the...
Oh, they were going to ride the scooters down the aisle?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, not down the aisle, just into the reception. Like the grand entrance.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Into the ceremony would be wild. No. They were doing it into the reception. So it was going to be their like funny little thing because every, like all the, like the groupings were going to do something different. Like someone did a flip and someone did like a little like beer thing or football thing. You know how they do that sometimes. And so when I got there, yeah, they were like practicing and I was like, oh, that's going to be fun. I was like looking at them. I was like, oh my gosh, y'all got this, blah, blah, blah. So the wedding went on. It was perfect. It was beautiful. And then we get to the grand entrance where all these couples are, all the wedding party couples were coming in. And so it's time for the scooter people to come in. And they were going to do like they were going like their separate ways and they're coming back in.
Okay.
That makes sense. So they were like, while they were entering, they were going separate ways. And you see one of the bridesmaids come in on the scooter and she falls on her face and gets up like immediately. Like she's like probably so embarrassed that she just fell. And she gets back up on the scooter, not on the scooter, but she just has the scooter like on the side, just kind of like riding it. And as she's getting closer to me, I can see that she's just bleeding all over her face.
Oh my God.
And I don't think she even noticed because she was smiling. She was just like, huh? It was like probably the adrenaline where she like probably didn't notice. And the groomsmen looked at her and was like, oh my gosh, like, we gotta go. Like, let's not finish this. We're not finishing the routine. Like, we gotta go. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
And as she's getting closer to me, because I'm like right where the bridal suite is. And so she's getting closer to me, and the groomsman's like, we gotta go. She's getting closer to me. Blood is all over her face. She's missing a tooth.
Stop.
She's missing a tooth.
She must have felt so hard. Oh my God.
She cracked her tooth.
Oh my God.
And I do have it in my photos because I captured her falling. I captured her coming down because you know how when you're like looking through your viewfinder, you can't really see detail.
Yeah.
So I didn't really I knew there was some blood, but I didn't know like the extent of it until I like put my camera down because she was getting closer to me. And that's when I saw that her tooth was missing. And I was like, oh, or like cracked. But it was like
a big
crack. It wasn't just like a little chip. It was like her whole tooth was like basically missing. And
I would just die.
It was bad. It was bad. But she kept trucking along and she stayed throughout the whole reception.
Didn't.
Yeah.
I would have been like, bye.
Well, she was from out of town and yeah. And I would show the pictures, but I was just second shooting and I don't know how embarrassing she thinks that is. So I don't want to show someone's embarrassing moment on here. But yeah, it was the craziest entrance ever, like craziest story that I have from a wedding.
God.
Yeah, so she's a trooper. I think she went to the dentist like the next day, but she was just like, "What am I gonna do? Like, no one's gonna take me in right now. Like, there's no
emergency.
Yeah,
bro.
I know.
What did we learn from this? Don't ride scooters into your reception.
It was also like one of those floors that were like glossed over. You know how it's like concrete and then just that gloss?
Mm-hmm.
That's what it was. So it was like a really slippery floor.
God.
Yeah. And it's crazy because they didn't fall when they were practicing, but just the adrenaline, her going really fast, like the wheel turned really weird. And
I imagine she's wearing a dress. Like,
yep.
Oh God.
Yep.
And heels. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe don't do like...
Yeah, don't do anything dangerous where you can fall like that.
Oh God.
But in the same wedding, someone did like a flip. It was crazy. I was like, oh my gosh, y'all are brave. Yeah.
Like the bloody face is one thing, and then to realize that your tooth is gone.
Yeah, and I don't know if she realized in the moment that her tooth
probably not.
Worst nightmare.
God.
I know.
Now I have a fear of falling on my face and
I know, poor girl was probably so embarrassed that she fell in front of everyone. And then also the fact that she was just like bloody, and then also that she lost her tooth. Like, and it was her front tooth. Like,
oh my
her
God.
tooth. So it wasn't even like it. And she fell on her face, like, because she was already grabbing onto the scooter and the wheel just kind of like slipped a little bit. So it's almost like she didn't have time to like catch herself. So she like really like fell on her face.
I hope that the photographer that this was for, since it was like a social shooting, I hope they kept that photo in the gallery so that girl can look back in like 10 years and laugh.
Yeah.
She's probably not laughing
she was
now,
like laughing at the reception, I think, and she was
that's
just, like,
a crazy
whatever.
photo to have.
Yeah, I think she was just more embarrassed than anything else. But it's like, girl, it's okay. Like, I don't think anyone's gonna be like, haha, laughing at you. Like, literally everyone went when she fell. So it was like everyone felt bad, but yeah, thank God we got all the photos done beforehand.
Yeah.
So yeah, poor girl.
Imagine trying to take photos.
Yeah, now
after
she has
that.
a story at her best friend's wedding that she lost a little tooth. But I'm sure she's doing great now. But isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
That was my first like crazy wedding story. I'd never had like anything really happen at weddings, but that was my first one. And then my second one is the bride that we did, the ceremony at the reception.
Oh yeah,
that's my crazy.
Well, it's crazy that you got photos of that, though.
I know. Well, because I didn't know what was happening in the moment, so I was just capturing. I was just pressing my shutter. I was like, yep, we're doing this. I guess to continue on to weddings, we also were going to talk about maybe some mistakes that we've made at weddings. And I will preface this with saying I'm always so good at being. Well, actually, let me preface it afterwards. Okay. So we were at my Saturday wedding, and we were going to do a first look with the bride and her dad. And we were upstairs in a room waiting for the dad to come up and just do a first look with the bride. And I don't know what made me say this, or I don't know why I said this, but I was like, your mom? ? I didn't like finish my sentence because I didn't know where her mom was. I hadn't seen her mom. They never talked about her mom. And I was just like, where's her mom? Like, I don't know. And the bride looks at me and she's like, she passed. And I was like, well, not like that. She didn't say it like that. She's like, she passed. And I was like, oh no, I'm so sorry. And then she started crying, of course. And she was like, I'm trying not to think about it today. And what I was going to try to preface and say that I'm usually so good at not bringing up mom during like getting ready, during like, even like when I'm making the timeline, I never say you and your mom. I always say like your helpers, like who's going to help you into your dress. Yes. I literally never say mom ever, because I don't have a mom. And so I just, based on my experience, like I never want anyone to feel like they have to have their mom, or like if they have like a strained relationship with their mom, I don't want it to be like, oh, is your mom going to help you into? I don't know why I said it, because I hadn't seen her mom. So why would her mom be there all of a sudden? Yeah. Like, I don't know what it, maybe.
It was like a blip in the
simulation. It was crazy something. Because I'm so good at not doing that. And I've actually I don't think I've ever had a wedding without a mom present. It's always been dad that's not around or that has passed. And so, yeah, just like dealing with that emotion. And so we got our tissues, and I went downstairs and I got her friend. I was like, please go up there because I just messed up. I didn't tell her that. I was just like, can you go up there and keep her company? She's like waiting for her dad, and we don't know how long it's going to take. So I brought her friend up there, and I was like, keep her company because she does not want to talk to me right now.
No, I think we recovered really well.
Yeah.
And thankfully she was like a very sweet person, and I feel like she bounced back really fast. She just needed a moment to collect herself.
Yeah. And I was like, maybe it was just she needed to think about her mom in that moment, and that was me like saying something, me trying to make myself feel better.
Yeah, because if she's saying she was trying not to think about it, like maybe like, you know, like suppressing something kind of makes it worse.
Yeah.
So yeah, and she was alone. Like I feel like if any moment of the day where something were to happen like that, that was an okay moment for that to happen.
Yeah. So it was just like, ooh, my bad. Yeah. Because a lot of these weddings we've been talking about like how amazing they were, blah blah blah, and it seems like we don't make mistakes at all. Like
no, we make mistakes.
But there's like moments like that where I'm just like, why did I do that? I don't know what maybe I was just trying to make conversation something, but she had mentioned her mom. I didn't say it out of nowhere. I was taking photos of her details, and she did tell me that one of her rings that she had on was her mom. So I just like didn't think about it, and I don't think she ever mentioned it like when we were talking. So it was just never brought up. But anyways, yeah. So that was my bad. And I usually have in my questionnaire like, are there any like sensitive topics, deaths, or anything that I should be worried about, but I don't know if they ever did that. So I was just like, my bad for saying that. But yeah, I think we did recover well, and she did love me. She was really sweet. Yeah. Like, I don't think she would have been like, oh my God, I cannot believe you did that. And Steph, I was telling Steph that I did that, and she was like, oh, did you say same girl? I was like, no, I'm gonna bring up my dead mom too.
Oh my God.
I'm like, oh my gosh, we're in the same club. Like, no, not the right moment. But yeah, it was just funny that Steph was like, yeah, you should have been like, same girl. It's like not the time, but yeah, I just thought that was funny that Steph said that. I was like, yeah, it wasn't giving that.
Yeah. No, it wasn't.
So that was like a moment that I kind of messed up. And then I forgot to take some family photos of the groom and his parents and his sister like solo. So it was going to be like groom mom, dad, sister, groom, you know, all of those like little photos that I usually do before the ceremony, and they were supposed to be taken before the ceremony, but we didn't have time. And then when I was doing family photos after the ceremony, it didn't cross my mind to do those photos. But thankfully, I have a notes app, like play-by-play of the wedding. And so I looked at it before I went to the reception, because of course they were like 3 different places that we had gone to all day. And so I looked at my notes and I was like, I'm missing these photos. I have to get them as soon as I get there. And I got them and recovered. So there's always like, you mess up, but you just gotta.
Well, I think the name of this game is to plan, be prepared. And when things don't go to plan, like recover fast, which is a skill learned, but one that I think we've honed in really well. And so, yeah, you were able to just knock that out during cocktail hour before they mingled with all their guests, and and it literally takes
fast.
2 seconds.
It was fast. I got there, and literally as soon as I got there, I got his mom. I was like, hey, whenever they come, I need to take photos of you. And we did it, and it was fast, and they still got to do their cocktail hour with their guests because they were really excited about that. So I was even trying to do their family photos after the ceremony really fast. I did their couples portraits really fast so that they could make it to cocktail hour, because that was like really important to them. So yeah, I was just like, oh crap, I forgot these photos, so let me just take them at the reception. And I did, and I didn't bother them about any other photos after that.
Also, one thing that I think is really like professional, and something that I've noticed that you do, is like when you make a mistake, like you don't like apologize for it, because I feel like that just like does not give your client like peace of mind. And so instead of being like, oh my God, I'm so sorry I forgot to do these photos, like but don't worry, like that in itself stresses them out.
Yes.
So instead of saying like, I'm so sorry, you're just like, hey, before mom gets here, let's grab this photo. And like they're like, okay, yeah, like they don't know that you messed up.
Exactly.
So it's like just that's something that like really sets you apart and is like really professional, is to just like stop apologizing for your mistakes. Like own your mistakes, but do it in a way where you're not saying, I'm so sorry. Just like, thank you for your patience.
Like, we don't have time for that. We don't have time for apologies and be like, oh my God, I'm so sorry I didn't get these photos beforehand. Like we missed them at the church. Like let's just do them now. There's no time for that. Like we just got to get it done and get it moving. Because they also, like, they're wanting to go to their cocktail hour. Like they were done with photos. Like we had done all their photos and they were just excited to go to cocktail hour. So I already felt bad that I had to take like maybe a minute out of their like cocktail hour time to do these photos. So yeah, it's like, I'm not going to apologize for like 10 minutes and be like, I'm so sorry. Like,
but I have seen like worked with other people who are like that. And so I feel like that's something that like sets you apart from just being like good at your job to like great at your job, is to just like when mistakes happen, don't bring light of that to your client, and instead just be
or if you are going to say sorry, just be like, we missed these earlier. Okay, let's do them now. Like, it's just like a little like thought that just like flows by. It's not like a, oh my gosh, like begging and pleading, like don't hate me. Like,
right, exactly, yeah.
Like we're just going to get these done now. No, that's so true. And I didn't notice that I did that. And it's also, it really depends on the clients too, because these two, this couple, they're attorneys. So they just want things done. Like they don't care when it's going to get done or how it's going to get done. They just want it done. And so it's just kind of like, you have to know the type of clients that you're dealing with too.
And I feel like that is luxury, just like, you know, getting things done in a quick manner so that they can just experience their day with their guests. Like that's the luxury experience that we're trying to give to our clients. So
true. So true. So those are my little mistakes that I thought about during the wedding day that I was like, I should talk about this on the podcast, because the New York wedding, we were like, it was amazing. We make no mistakes. We're literally perfect, sweet angels. Right? And of course, I'm the one that made the mistakes. Miranda didn't do anything wrong. But yeah, I was just like, oh my gosh, I have to talk about this on the podcast, because, you know, I do make mistakes.
Yeah, we are human beings.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to miss something. You know, something's going to happen. Not every wedding is going to be like picture perfect. But other than that, honestly, like the weddings were so good.
They really were. I was surprised at how fun and good they were.
I know. Yeah. And again, like my Saturday wedding, I didn't really know anything about the details. Like I'd seen the planners, like, what's it called? What they send before.
Like the design deck.
Kind of, but it wasn't the whole design deck. It was just kind of like pictures of like how the plating was gonna look, and there was like no pictures of flowers or anything. And so I'm sure you can explain your experience like walking into this room, because I told Miranda, I was like, they're so chill. They're like really like, they're just chill. Like it's going to be minimal. I think it's going to be like the easiest day ever. And the bride is like really, well, honestly, the bride and groom, I feel like, are pretty shy. Like they're not very like outspoken or loud or anything like that. They're just kind of like chill, shy people. And so I didn't expect their reception to be so like extravagant with a band and like flowers everywhere and candles. So when I got to the reception, since I had taken family photos and their couples portraits at the chapel, guests were already at the reception. So when I entered, I'm like seeing everything for the first time, and I'm seeing like the cocktail hour and like their escort wall and everything. I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. And then I walk into the reception and I'm like, oh my gosh, wait, this is amazing. Like it was so pretty, and I just was not expecting that. I was expecting that, but on a lower scale.
Well, like in your note that you had sent me, like we've been talking about how we put everything in one note, and you had some like decor like notes, and it was like candle heavy tablescape, like it was like champagne and blue. And I was like, okay, that's just gonna be very simple, like
minimal.
Yeah, just like everything we've seen before. No. Okay, I walk in and like the planners are like running around with their heads cut off. They're like, get this, and everything was personalized, like personal details, like hand stitched handkerchiefs on the next to the menus that were like hand designed, and like personal drawings from the sister of the bride everywhere. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was like, okay, this is way more upscale than we were anticipating. And it was way more gorgeous.
It was really pretty. And it just made that like...
There were flowers everywhere. I thought there was going to be no flowers.
Yes.
Because it said like candle heavy.
Well, remember when we entered the groom suite, there was like some like flowers there?
Yes.
And I didn't think of anything of it. I was just like, why are the flowers here?
Yeah.
Because like they usually don't like
the bouquets.
Oh, I think they were actually the rehearsal dinner flowers.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense.
Any of those, like, because they didn't have
that kind of flower.
Yeah, they didn't. Yeah. They had that color scheme, but they didn't have any of those flowers anywhere else. And I was like, there's no way they're gonna bring this to the reception. Like, they have a planner. These would not be here. So I was just, I didn't think anything of it. I was just like, okay, whatever. And then we got to like the reception and the chapel, and I was like, oh yeah, like this is way beyond the scale of what I thought, because the flowers in the groom's room were like really like minimal, just like little centerpieces that you would find at a rehearsal dinner.
Yeah, so
and
true.
It was just like, oh my gosh, faces that were like super grand and flowers on top of it, and like
the whole band. What's that called?
Like the staging.
Yeah, but the planners kept calling it a word. And I was
really?
Like, actually, that is the word. We need
to write it down.
We need to like.
And the planners are so nice too.
Book of like a dictionary of like wedding industry words.
Yes,
because like the more upscale events that you like are gonna be at, like the more lingo that you have to learn. And I think it's called like a facade or something.
Oh, okay.
It's like the thing
that covers like the band.
Covers the band stage.
Yeah.
Anyways, there was like printed vinyls of like all of these little like doodles that the sister of the bride had drawn. And like all their favorite things.
Cute. Yeah.
It was so cute.
And then like drawing of like their dog, and it was just a lot of personal details, and just wasn't expecting that.
Well, the planners kept saying, did you get the facade? Did you get the facade? And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, what the fuck is a facade? And then I realized they were talking about the band stage. I think that's what they were saying. Maybe
that sounds right. It sounds fancy. Let me look it up really quick. That's so funny. But yeah, a lot of my weddings this year have had that like thing. So we probably do need to learn what that is. Well, I think, did your wedding have that? Did they have a facade? The New York wedding?
Yeah, I think it was just very simple. It was just white.
Like the flower. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
Facade or like, it starts with an F. That's all I know.
Let me see.
But yeah, we need to like have these words, because it would have looked really stupid for me to be like, what are you saying? When they're like expecting me to like photograph something I've worked.
Stage facades.
Facade?
Or is it facades?
I think it's facade.
Okay.
Yeah, facade.
Okay.
Okay, you learned something new.
So now we know. Amazing. Yeah, there's so many different ones that people do. And it does make it look really grand and beautiful, because I have had bands where they don't have like anything in front of it, and it just looks like
it's just like a curtain, like a black curtain.
Like a black curtain, yeah. And it makes it look really, really pretty. So yeah, so it was just really, really cool. So I can't imagine your
I know, I walk in, I said, in the cake stand alone. I was like, what?
Yeah, it was gorgeous.
And their escort wall was so cute. Like, so they had like a big drawing of their dog, and then instead of like you've seen those like escort walls where it's like the keys to the table or whatever, they had like bandanas because it was like their dog, and like each bandana was like hand stitched with like the person's name on it. So it was like very
and by her, right? By the bride?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh my gosh.
So it was like very detailed, very beautiful, very personalized.
And it was just gorgeous. Yeah. Oh my gosh, and the dinner service?
Oh, the dinner service. Okay, that was the first time I'd seen like a synchronized dinner service, and I was eating it up.
It was wild. Yeah, I've never seen that before. I was just like, oh my gosh, these servers would all come all at the same time, be right next to who they were about to serve the plate to, and they all did it at the same time. It was wild. Never seen that before. I was just like, oh my gosh. And I think it's the venue that does it, just based on like what the planners were like telling me. And yeah, it was just wild. So I can't wait to work with those planners again, because they were really cool.
Yeah, they were really nice.
Yeah, really, really nice. But any other notes about any weddings or anything? I don't think I messed up on my Friday wedding.
No, that day went very smoothly.
My Friday wedding, I don't think.
Oh my God, can we talk about the doll that they had?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I can't remember the complete lore.
Was her name like Susie or Susanna
something like that?
Or something? I guess that they had this like a 3-foot doll that's like a Cinderella doll that the girls like grew up with, and then the mom just started bringing the doll to different like family events, and so I think she had brought it to her sister's wedding. And so when we got to the venue and we were talking to the bride, she was like, yeah, my mom forgot Susie. I can't believe she forgot her, like the doll. And we were like,
because
what?
Susie had a custom dress for the wedding.
Yeah.
A custom chocolate brown dress for the wedding.
She looked like a bridesmaid.
Yes.
And so then, like, as the day goes on, like right before the ceremony, I see like this chair in the middle, like in the corner of the venue, and there's like literally a doll right there. I said, oh, that's Susie.
Yep.
And then they literally brought her on the dance floor. They were all dancing with her. It was hilarious.
They were having fun. Yeah, it was really funny, because it's like an inside joke with all of them. So I can't imagine like all their friends being like, who the heck is this?
It's
Why
so
is
funny.
she on the dance floor? Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, and these two weddings had late night snacks, which was really fun.
Yeah.
The Friday wedding had like a water burger, the honey
butter
chicken biscuit, and then the Saturday wedding had Frito pies, which I had never seen before. I was like, wait, that's kind of cute. I wonder if that's like one of their favorite snacks or something. Yeah, I thought that was really cute. And we found like pockets of these weddings where it would just like seem so cinematic and beautiful, and just like it was just so good.
A good weekend.
Yeah, it was really, really good weekend. I'm trying to think. There was something else. We were talking about flashes and like how we want, or how I don't know if Miranda wants to do that, but how I want it to make it look more cinematic, and I don't want to like use flash anymore. I kind of want to use like almost like spotlights
during
instead.
Like the first dance and speeches and stuff.
Yeah. Because I feel like I could maybe upgrade those a little bit more, like level those up, because right now they look fine, but I feel like I've been missing something, especially for weddings like Saturday. I feel like that needed something like that to make the gallery more cohesive. And so I've been looking into that to see what to do, because I don't want it to be like LED panels like I see most wedding videographers do. I want literally like a spotlight. Yeah, so I'm trying to see what I can fine to do that.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it should be easy to find because I worked with a lot of videographers that have those, and they're
really?
like
Okay.
warm glow. Like it's not like, oh my god, neon sign in your life.
Yeah. Just like really blue, ugly light. Yeah. So we were just talking about flashes because I was like, I really need to level up my flashes.
Well, I think for like especially if you're doing like ballroom-esque like receptions, that's like it really matches like just the aesthetic, the lighting, like the ambiance. So I feel like that would be something that just kind of like matched the scene, and it's not like a crazy lighting setup where like you're coming in here and it's making it feel like a studio, or like it's making it feel like it's something that it's not.
Yeah.
Which that's what I really like. And like for me, like I feel like most of my couples are like either like it's residential or like outside receptions, and so I've never really like thought about doing that because I really haven't needed to. Same thing with like family photos. Like I don't get a lot of couples getting married in churches, so I never need like external like flashes like that. But like if for listeners thinking about like how to elevate your lighting situation, think about like what's already naturally there and how can you enhance it, because I feel like in the big ballroom situation, like there's already either band lights or DJ lights, and so like if you can intentionally make your own spotlight so that you're not like leaning on like whatever the lighting person's gonna do, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, no, that's so true. So we were talking a lot about that, but anything else with the wedding stuff that we did? Let me see. No, I don't think so. Was there anything you wanted to talk about?
Not with the wedding, but I have been just still so obsessed with like being off my phone.
Oh, yes.
And there's like two things on TikTok that are like circulating right now. Have you heard of like analog bags?
Yes.
Okay,
yes,
I'm so obsessed.
Yes.
So, okay, if you listened to last week's podcast episode, we were talking about how you just romanticize everything in New York and like trying to bring some of those aspects back into our life here in DFW. And one of the things I've been doing has been walking to my coffee shop because there's one like 2 blocks away from me. And so just like the act of walking there makes me feel like I'm in New York, number one. But number two, I would like really only went there to work. Or if it was like, you know, on the weekends, me and Ian would go for like our little coffee date. But I was thinking, and especially since I'm like watching Gilmore Girls and like just being able to like walk around in your little town center is like everything to me. So I was like, okay, I want to start walking to my coffee shop every morning to get like a drink, but I'm not working. I just wanted that to be like a part of my routine. And bringing an analog bag, which is basically a purse or a tote bag that just has things that are like analog inside, activities for you to do that you're not on your phone, so that when I get there, I'm not just like scrolling on my phone. People are bringing like crossword puzzles, like little mini like papers that they can paint on, like journaling. Sudoku. Yeah, Sudoku. I put my Sudoku in my analog bag because I'm obsessed with it right now. And so, yeah, I love this concept. And this, going along with that, have you seen people doing like their landlines and putting their phone like basically by the door, like on the wall?
I have seen that. That's what I was about to bring up too, that I had seen that where they have like a little pouch, they put their phone right there and then they just go on with their day.
Some people I've seen like will just put like a hook next to their door and they'll hang a chain on it, and they'll like hook their phone onto the chain so it literally looks like a wire. Like it looks like it looks like a landline.
Oh.
And so and then they have like a chair next to their door, so where like if they need to check their phone, they have to sit in that chair. And so it's like if you want to check your messages, take a phone call, you do everything like on like by your landline, which is so cute.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the one that I saw because she has like a little pouch, but she called it something. Hold on, let me see if I can find it.
I just love this idea because it's like one thing to like put a app blocker on your phone, But then it's another thing to just pretend like your phone is a landline.
That's
and like
so,
you can only use it.
You can only use it when you're right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so true. Oh my gosh, what did she call it? It was so cute. And I was like, oh wait, maybe I need that. Because it's just kind of like a little resting place for your phone. So like when you go to sleep, you can just put it in that pouch, or when you get home, you just put it in that pouch, and you're not like distracted and just having your phone like walk with you everywhere that you go.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I'm going to find it. I don't even remember when that was. But no, I do like that idea for sure. I think that's really, really smart. Landline. Okay, I don't know if I had saw that, but that's really cute. A chain? Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I know, I want to get a chain. And then also along those lines, I've been seeing there's like 2 creators on TikTok that I keep seeing on my For You page. They're like older women, like maybe like in their like 50s, 60s, and they do these like journaling rituals.
Ooh, okay.
And it like, I don't know why I have to like romanticize something for me to want to do it, but that's just how my brain works. But they're literally like having a self date with themselves before they sit down to journal. And so it's like, instead of like just thinking journaling is a chore and you never want to do it, they literally do these rituals where it's like they look like they're going out for a date, but they're like having a date with themselves. So they'll like put on lipstick, they'll like put on perfume, they'll like put on lotion, like they lather themselves in like luxury, and then they put on a candle, they get like a glass of wine or like a really nice cozy drink of coffee, and they'll sit down, and that's when they'll journal. And it's like a date with yourself, basically. Okay. And I love this idea. So I'm going to start doing that.
Okay. I love it. No, that's so, I mean, that's kind of, sometimes I have to do that when I'm like working on my computer. I'm like, to get my drink together, I have to like, you know, just make it seem like I'm like in the office and just like getting stuff done to make myself kind of like work. Because some of the work is like when I'm editing, I'm like, I have to make it like somehow fun for myself, because it's really not that fun for me. So I have to like get my drink prepared, get a little snack, and like really like romanticize it, because then it just like makes it feel easier than what it is. Oh, I have to sneeze. Okay, I'm good. It went away. But yeah, no, that's really good. Yeah, a lot of self-care stuff, especially in the fall. I do love like the fall and winter for stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that's good. Yay. All right. Well, is that it? Anything else?
What time is it? Oh yeah, it's an hour. Yeah, I'll save all the rest of my goodies for next week.
Ooh, okay. So stay tuned. I love it. All right, perfect. Well, that is it for today's episode. Thank you guys again for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.
Love you. Bye.